Welcome back, YouTubers, to another TNA Impact Wrestling review with us, the British Fist, which consists of none other than me, Mr. Parkin, the man who wears the V-neck, has a scar here, a cut here, wears glasses, has a fringe, and also has chest on his hair, and the guy sitting next to me who's leaning very tentatively towards me at the moment. It's NJ!
What's up?
What's up, NJ? What's up to you guys up there? Make sure you guys subscribe up above as usual, like this video as usual, and comment your thoughts on TNA Impact Wrestling down below.
And please contact us in the links in the description box below.
Yes, Twitter, Facebook, Skype, all those lovely social networking memes. Before we start this video, we just want to give a shout out to a guy, a fellow YouTuber of ours. He goes by the name GI123GI. He made a YouTube background for us. Make sure you check it out on our channel. It's very good. He does videos on like introductions, useful hints and tips YouTubers might need. He does very good videos. Make sure you check him out.
And what I'll quickly say here is that it took us time to get our background to looking the way it does, but it's definitely worth it. Yep. So check his video out and make sure you subscribe.
Definitely. Right, should we get onto this review then, NJ?
Let's go for it.
Even though TNA was pretty bad today. And
Very bad.
Not much positivity. We got most of the positivity out of the way in that bit, didn't we?
We did.
Yay. Let's go on to negative TNA Impact Review Road. Yay!
Hey.
We open up with Kurt Angle, who calls out Hogan, and there's a bit of back and forth between Angle and Hogan. And my question here is, why is Hogan in a promo with Angle? Doesn't Angle have a match with Sting at Hardcore Justice? Don't you want to hype that match a bit more? Why are they both in a promo together? Could you explain this, NJ?
At the minute, I'm a bit confused because we have Hogan who's having this little fallout-ish thing with Sting, so you should have kept that going, not have Hogan or the option with all these other wrestlers.
Nope.
Doesn't make sense.
It didn't really make too much sense, and it was boring as well. I don't know why TNA consistently give us these openers, but should we move on to the next match, NJ? Because
yeah, it's bad.
We had a Bound for Glory series match between Gunner and RVD, and I kind of expected Gunner to win this. The match was okay. RVD gets the win, and I'm sitting there thinking, if you're going to push a guy like Gunner, why are you having him get beat by RVD? A guy who we don't really want to see in the main event anymore. If you're going to push a new guy like Gunner, have him beat RVD. We don't want to see RVD in that main event or up high in the Bound for Glory Series tournament anymore. I'm sorry.
The thing I'm thinking is, when they started using Gunner, I thought, right, they like this guy. They're going to do something good with him.
Yep.
So when they go with Van Damme, yes, he's a likeable character and a likeable wrestler, but to be honest, I think you should keep pushing Gunner.
Yep.
Because Rob Van Dam's had all this good stuff. So
yep. RVD should be putting over Gunner, in my opinion.
It would have been a good idea, yes.
Yep. We then get a backstage segment with Immortal. Good old Immortal, the jobber group with Mr. Anderson in there. Mr. Anderson, it's amazing how far down Mr. Anderson has come since he lost his title, isn't it? You're being very quiet, just like Mr. Anderson. It's just, I can't believe how far he's gone down on the roster now all of a sudden. It's just so fucking awful.
Yeah, when he was in the champ on TNA, I thought, good, that's going to be great for him because he is a character that could be used great in TNA. So when he lost it, he basically started going downwards, Dan just said, yes.
Pretty much. Then we get Sting come into the Immortal playground, basically saying that he's the network executive, and at the time we're thinking, why? But he comes in, makes an Anderson-Angle cage match for the night. I guess we got a match out of it. The segment, again, it was a backstage segment. We got way too many of them tonight.
Too much.
I don't really know what to say about this. It was boring.
Yeah, Sting being in control. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, we'll find out later on in the night. He also says that Fortune will be surrounding the ring for some reason. Anyway, we then go on to an X Division in-ring promo segment between Kendrick and Shelley. And my question is, why did they give Kendrick a mic? He speaks so much shit. Why did they give him a mic, NJ? I don't know.
We saw him bad on mic in WWE, so you put him on mic in TNA, and it still hasn't improved, so that was just an awful segment.
Can I just say one thing, though? At least they called out a guy that's good on the mic. Austin Aries. He comes out and talks like how he's going to come out, he's going to win at all costs since he's got the contract. He's, not going to go by their rules. And basically, this is kind of teasing an X Division title three-way match, Hardcore Justice, between Kendrick, Shelley, and Austin Aries. And all I can say is, please let Austin Aries or Alex Shelley win this match, because I don't want to see Kendrick as the champion anymore.
No, that's why he was never really a champion before. He just weren't the greatest. So I think when it comes to the pay-per-view, just take it off him and give it to someone else that can actually look good holding the title.
Yep. Abyss then comes in, and then Sting, commissioner for the night, Sting, of course, comes out and makes Abyss versus Kendrick in an Ultimate X match tonight. So we got a match announced. I guess that was good. It's just the segment again was not very good.
No, again, we've got an interesting match. Not just a normal single match. I actually put some excitement into it, but it's Abyss and Kendrick.
Yep. So basically in the first 50 minutes of this show, we get lots of promos and one match, which kind of summed up our mood for the night, really. But any thoughts on that before we go on to the next match?
I kind of switch off for the first hour because of the promo.
Same here. We then have Bully Ray versus Crimson, and we have Bully Ray on his phone at the start, saying, "Do you think I'm worried about Crimson?" And I'm like, well, yeah, he is on an undefeated streak at the moment. So
but it does do Bully Ray's arrogant and thinking he's all that, so I guess that was a good segment for Bully Ray.
Yeah, and basically, Crimson wins in about 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, fucking hell, how much time? They basically gave the match nowhere near enough time, and too much time devoted to segments, which was just the theme of the night, wasn't it?
It could have made Bully Ray look better, but again, they just thought, make Crimson beat Bully Ray like that.
Just keep his undefeated streak going, pretty much.
Sadly, yes.
Yep. We then get a match. We get 3 matches in a row, which was rare for us, especially since we had so many opening promos. But we get Winter versus Tara, and Hebner. The first thing he does in the match is basically he gets Angelina, and Miss Touchmucker, you're out of here! For no reason. They haven't done anything. Why?
No, bad start, but...
Yeah, so it's Winter versus Tara, and no one got involved in the match, which was kind of nice to see, because we saw so much overbooking and interference in this show that it was nice to see a match win clean. Winter wins it. I guess... Seeing as she's having a match with Mickie James at Hardcore Justice, it kind of makes sense for her to win this match.
Yeah, it was a good way to finish the match, I thought. It was not an awful knockout match, but again, it gets worse later. It
does, yes, because then next we move on to Brian Kendrick versus Abyss in an Ultimate X Division title match. And one thing I have to say here is, why is Abyss getting his rematch after Alex Shelley, who won the #1 contendership at Destination X, has already had his match? It doesn't make too much sense, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
No.
What did you think of this match, NJ? I don't think it was bad. I don't think it was too bad. It's just you have Abyss in there and you're not going to get any good X Division match out of him, really, are you?
The bad thing about it is Abyss seemed to be scared to climb up the thing, so he was like, no. Again, I think that's the reason why the match was made, because they knew that he weren't going to have much of a chance of actually getting a championship.
No, and the match basically finishes when Abyss lifts Kendrick up and he grabs onto the title. A decent way to end the match, I guess, but it's just... Kendrick is still the champion, and we don't really like him as the champion, so... But at least, I'd rather a Kendrick champion than Abyss, to be honest, just because at least Kendrick is an X-Division guy.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, do you have anything else to say about that before we go on to the next segment? Because it is a segment. What's up?
Next, we have Eric Young. No! Why? These segments are not needed in TNA. He's not going to get bar in TNA, so he should just gone out of here!
Yeah, he should just... To be honest, I don't see the point in these segments. Devote this time to more match time, or at least hyping the pay-per-view or something. Eric Young's not involved in the pay-per-view. He's not doing anything. Get him the fuck off the TV. It's a pointless segment. Next segment, please, because it is another fucking segment. Tracy Brooks and Velvet Sky are in the ring cutting a promo, and they invite ODB and Jackie to the ring. And my question is here is, any of these guys, do any of these knockouts have a match at the pay-per-view? It just was another overly long, seemingly pointless promo segment.
A bit emotional.
It was very emotional, wasn't it? We had Velvet Sky coming in and saying, "No, I'm fed up of being pushed around. I grew up, and I got pushed around when I was a kid, and I didn't tell my mum and dad because I didn't want to row with them." You know, it's emotional stuff, but you're right, Angel.
And now my question, before I get too emotional about this, is, weren't ODB and Jackie fired?
Yes, but it turns out that they can do a CM Punk and they can just walk back into the arena whenever they like, as well as beat up security guards too. But anyway, after that emotional moment, we basically get Velvet Sky saying she's done being a punching bag, and she walks out, and that's the end of the segment. Thank fucking God for that.
Too much time.
Pretty much. We're spending too much time talking about that segment, to be honest, but there we go. We then get a backstage segment with Immortal, with Fortune basically teasing a match with Immortal at the pay-per-view, some kind of 3-on-3 match, I'm guessing. They're talking about how they're going to stop Immortal from interfering, and it's just like another backstage segment. Come on, TNA. I mean, I like seeing Fortune, but is this really the best way they can do to announce a match at Hardcore Justice?
And the worst thing about it is, guess who was involved in another segment?
Guess what I've got in this cage? It's Bishop's present. No, sorry.
Sting had to get involved again, and then he basically went to Bishop's office with the gift and with his announcement.
Oh, the announcement is that I'm not really the network executive, dude. I'm not really. I don't know why I don't know why this is doing, but I'm not really the executive, dude. And it gets to this point, and I'm thinking to myself, why have TNA done this? And Sting is getting on my fucking nerves. Not only was he paraded constantly down our throats throughout the whole show, but he's really over-insinuating this fucking Joker gimmick, and it's getting on my fucking nerves now. It really is.
Again, I've not liked Sting from when I first started watching it. I just thought, why Sting? And this night made me like him less. Sting.
Do you hate him, Sting, more or Cena more?
Cena.
Okay, good. That solves that argument then. At least. But anyway, so yeah, that was just another more backstage promo segments, which was a theme of the night in my opinion. But shall we go on to the main event? Because the main event I was really looking forward to. We had Mr. Anderson versus Kurt Angle in a cage match, and if you watched their match at Lockdown 2010. Their match that they had at Lockdown 2010 was a cage match, and it was very good, which was the reason why I was looking forward to this match. And I thought Anderson and Kurt Angle was doing okay in the ring. When the match was focused on the in-ring action, it was good. But then the Russo booking comes in, and you get Immortal running down, Mexico and America running down to fight Fortune, and you're just like, oh.
A big lumberjack fight, which weren't really interesting. You should concentrate more on the match.
Yeah.
But again, it ended in a bit of a bad way, I think.
Yes, basically what happens is Bully Ray distracts Kurt Angle, he gives Anderson a steel chair, and they fight over the steel chair because, you know, they're not on the same team, and both of them want to be leaders of the group, I'm guessing, and I'm thinking to myself, you've just got Mr. Anderson, the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, into Immortal. Isn't he going to be the leader? He's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, or the former TNA World Heavyweight Champion now. And again, it just shows how far Anderson has come down the ladder, doesn't it?
It's sad because Anderson was like worshipped when he first needed to be joined in Immortal. And Bully Ray, I guess, he doesn't like the fact that someone's taken his place.
He's a bully after all.
Pretty much. So I think, again, maybe they're teasing something there, maybe there'll be a all-out fight. But the thing is, the match ended in a not so positive way for Immortal.
Yeah, so basically Anderson, they basically have a fight over the chair. Anderson falls back into the ring. Angle hits him with Angle hits him with an angle slam to finish the match. I mean, Angle winning this was the right thing to do, seeing as he is the guy that's going to be involved at the pay-per-view in somewhat. And even though Mr. Anderson's getting buried here, you kind of have to favour Angle more, seeing as he's in the main event. So I guess that was kind of good, and that was kind of well done, kind of. But I'm trying to think of positive things here, because this really wasn't a good show.
And the worst thing is, we mentioned earlier, guess who ended the night?
Sting!
That's what I feel like doing to Sting, man. He shouldn't have ended the night. He should have just finished with maybe Kurt Angle celebrating or something like that, but whatever.
Overall thoughts, NJ?
Overall thoughts is that they've made the dislike of Sting grow. Too much segments. They make me think, why have I started watching TNA? So again, I just did not enjoy tonight.
Yes, this TNA show really exemplified the previous problems that TNA had before we started watching it. Too many promo segments, too many backstage segments, the matches didn't get enough time, there was so much overbooking here. I don't really know what to say. There was a bit of hype for the pay-per-view, I guess, but overall this show wasn't very entertaining. I don't even really want to grade tonight's show, really, to be honest.
And we can only hope next week's better, because this week was just awful.
Yeah, definitely. We want to know your thoughts, though, guys, because we were thinking very negatively about this TNA. We want to know what you thought of it. You might agree with us. You may disagree with us, but make sure you get your comments in the comment section below, of course. Keep subscribing and liking the video. And NJ, have any last words?
Please let your frustration out, because I'm pretty sure you're going to agree with us that TNA weren't the greatest tonight.
Who knows? But anyway, we have been the British Fist.
Ka-ching.
And unlike TNA, we can end on a positive note because NJ is about to do something that'll entertain the millions and millions of fists around the world.
What's up?
Oh, yeah.
And goodbye.